for the record, now that the record's being recorded, it's a lot of people are in dire straits with their internet. Not so much, it's not because of money, it's because the providers decided to take a crap. I'm not gonna point fingers, but let's just say certain providers need to work on their equipment. So this is going to be a real small scale, which is all the major factions aren't going to be doing, like, all the major stuff we can't really do today, because, well, nobody's really here. Recruitment aside, also, we need more recruits to fill in the gaps, at least 2 more for each day. I'll see what I can do. Alright, so there has been a multitude of updates. Like, this whole week has just seen the game get redesigned. So, starting at number 1, you'll notice that your health bars are a little bit higher than they should be because I did a clerical error. There was actually supposed to be a minimum amount that you roll for your hit dice. I forgot to compensate for that, so I had to redo all the health that you guys did, so now your health is a little higher than it was, because there was a minimum involved. So you'll notice, like, Spicola, you now have 126 instead of whatever you had before.
121.
Yeah, so you have a little bit more health because there was a minimum value that I missed.
I've never been injured.
Yeah. That's because you're not a frontliner. You're not on the... Well, you are a frontliner, but even then, they've been trying to kill the squishy targets, not so much you. Even when you were a rock golem. Plus, you had, like, a super high armor class when you were a stone golem, anyway.
Yeah, I destroyed.
Shrug off the bullets and the explosions. Okay, so...
I was a beast, man.
Yeah. Well, you were an elemental, not so much a beast, man. You were a beast as in you were kicking a whole lot of ass, but... Anyway, so, number 2, I redid multi-classing. Again. This time it's, instead of you reset to 1, it's you keep all your stuff from the previous class. Your experience, though, gets reset to 0 for the new class. So yeah, you don't get a percentage, now it's, you re-keep all your stuff from your previous class, and then you get back to 0 and you learn about this new class that you are now introduced to. However, there is a catch, and the catch is that you have to actually find a person who has that class. So if you're going to be trained as a fighter, you need to find a fighter to train under.
I need to find a Solar Knight.
Yeah, you need to find a Solar Knight. If there even exists in this land, and that's the catch, is like, you'll have to really look and think, well, okay, where would I find this? And that's how you get your multi-class now. But everything else is the same. Like, for the hit dice, you use the hit dice of the new class, and you unlock the abilities of the new class. Other than that, you keep everything you once had. My mentality behind that was, why have you rewrite things? And why have you undo things when you could just go forward? Anyway, it's less effort involved. Okay, a lot of new maps. Like, you see that Mazrick Port is actually a port now. It's not just, whatever, the square. Along with this, the map has been altered, and it is much larger than you probably remember.
Oh.
And more exotic, because there's a lot of plans. This is all the multi-maps that I've thought of doing, and it's like, you know what, let's just slap it together into one map, and so I did.
Yeah, so you don't have to move us around the...
Yep, you don't have to move you around multiple map scenarios. Now it's like, you know what, you have one map, and here it is.
I have a small forest.
Yep. The forests are supposed to be the same forest, but they're not really, because of the Swift Lake. Yeah, you have a small forest that's like 18 miles by 18 miles. How is that small? Small in comparison to everything else, but I mean, seriously, that's a lot of land, even for a druid, even for a hermit. That's a lot of land, period. Huge tract of land. Okay, so that's the new map, new Mazrick Port, quests. I updated the quest system now. You actually should have a tab that says quests. It allows you to, these are the base missions plus all the story missions that you may have. Like Spicola, that's part of the story. I just decided, you know what, fuck it. You're going to go there anyway, I might as well make it part of the story anyway. There's a purpose for you going there.
My home fucked up. Please tell me it's not fucked up.
Nah, we'll find out when we get there. I didn't want to immediately just say that because that's messed up. It's like, it's down to chance. It's like, I'm not the type of person to just say, hey, you return home and next thing you know it's in flames. I'm not that type of... You'll find out when you get there.
Dear God.
Okay. So no, it's not in flames.
Oh.
Okay, so...
Oh.
That's the major quest. And now you can kind of direct where you want to do things. Like, the average quests are the stuff you can do all the time, meaning, you're always going to have to do recon, even though you've been, like, pretty much daily you need to do recon missions. If you wanted to. So if you feel like you don't want to do major adventures, you can do the minor stuff. You can go recon areas, you can go aid the people, produce resources, maybe do some spy missions, revisit old places you've been. There's average stuff to do along with the main things we're supposed to be doing. So that's quest. New thing is the town data, which is something that I have introduced. It's literally a role. Hold on, let's see. I'll just show you. So this is town data. This is, now every town has a chance of improvement along with a chance to gain its rate. Like each town has a plus and minus for resources. So let me show you. So let's say a day passes. See, Kempner, we don't have enough food production, so we get a minus. And Mazrick is really desperate. They don't have food or water production as it needs to be in order for them to survive. So they have a massive deficit of food and water. Go 6 days without food or water, and there's a good chance. If the stores run out and they start really hemorrhaging, that much population could die after maybe 5 to 6 days from just starvation. So yeah, something to think about. Then there's the improvement, which is it adds to a bar. That means that the town has a chance to improve one thing in their town over time. So, but do you want to wait that long and potentially lose a lot of people, or do you want to actually do something about it? That's down to the adventurers to figure out.
The druid always knows what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, but are you willing to sacrifice your own time to aid the people? That's always the bigger question. Okay, I redid downtime completely. Downtime is now activities. Activities means, like, you can do these at any time. It doesn't have to be a downtime anymore. Meaning, and now the second thing is, you should have there's a lot of new macros I've given you. So, you're going to have to go to your macros, definitely. Like, activity experience. Everything you do now gives you some sort of experience. It's like, I just decided, you learn from everything you do. So, but it has to be something meaningful. Like, it's like, okay, like when you did creating a forest land, when you created, what was it, a tranquility zone, whatever that was near Kempner. It's like, that would be an experience thing. It has to be. It can't be something like I just cut a tree. That's not that much of a thing. Now, if it's like I'm cutting a multitude of trees for a mass amount of lumber, that is an experience. And so on and so on. So, did you guys just see the new macro? There should be, like, you have to turn it on. I gave it to you, but you have to turn it on. No, yes, maybe. You guys distracted, or?
No, I'm not.
Okay, you looking?
I'm completely listening.
I need a confirmation noise. It's like, am I talking to myself here?
No, you are not. I am sorry for not acknowledging anything.
Yeah, please. Are you doing something else?
Yes.
Okay, maybe... Why? We're the only two here.
I know.
So it's going to be... I know we're used to being able to do other things, but yeah. The problem is there's only two of us today. There's only two of you today and then me. So,
I just wanted to clear out this area real quick.
Yeah, more focus... well, hurry up. It's more focus on...
I already did. I'm just looting everything and then I'm going to save and quit.
Because usually it's, you can do multiple things, but this day, not today. Because today, it's just you, a bard, and me, which is whoever I'm going to end up. I don't know who yet.
So I'm going to devote my day to creating a large farm for these people. But I'm also
Okay.
going to ask for their help.
Okay. Well, hold on, I'm still going
helping me.
over the updates. We'll get to what we're doing later.
Okay.
But now you know it's like, yes, that is an experience. You're creating farmland for people that desperately need it. So that you can roll activity experience. You have a new macro for that. So you have to turn that on.
Yeah, I will.
I learned about rounding code, so it's not like you guys need to know that, because I do most of the coding anyway. that's I don't know why that was there.
What's splitter sum?
Huh? It's floor, ceiling, and rounding. It's rounding code allows you to, if you have a large decimal point, you can either round up, round down, or just round it in general. I just go round up anyway, most of the time anyway, so I just do ceiling code. Alright, so redid the reward system. Everything now has a reward. So there's now, I think that's another macro. Yeah, the loot macro. I roll that whenever we kill a monster. And that's at the end. Every monster has a loot value. So say we kill something of level, I don't know, 5. So we kill a level 5. So now we get so that's how much gold value items it could have on it, along with the magic find. Magic find says it has magical items or not. It's geared to be extremely rare, so that not everybody runs around with magic items. So I will show you how bad it is. So how many level 5s do we have to kill? 3. That's not that bad. Okay, well,
And
it's
then
75% chance of you failing, 25 of you succeeding. So, reasonable. 1 out of 4.
You might have you got 2 items.
Yeah, and you got 2 items, which is lucky. So, and those are, once you decide what magic items they are, but it has to be relating to the monster. So that's our reward system. Ally tokens. This is a more interesting one. Since we started doing roleplay at least 8 months ago, we've been trying to figure out a system to do allies. And now we've found a very simple one to do, and that's ally tokens. Every session, if you have an ally, they get a token. And using that token, you can upgrade that ally in a particular area. So, did I write this? I wrote this down somewhere. Oh, it's tokens. It's under world. You get 1 token, and with 1 token, you can upgrade their HP by D7 or 10. Or D10 or 7, upgrade their speed by 5, or upgrade ability score by 1. And then you have the 2 token upgrade. Yeah, you guys can read that under world.
Underworld?
Yeah, it's tokens. I should probably rename that to ally tokens. Oops. Ally tokens, which is, if you have an ally, you can upgrade it in that way. This does not count for sentient weapons.
Damn it.
Yeah, I knew you were going to go in that direction. That one's going to be a little different, because the weapon doesn't count as an entity. It doesn't have health, it doesn't have speed, it doesn't have ability score, or any of those. The most you can do, though, actually, for sentient weapons, I think the ones that would apply are the damage, the hit and damage on it. So that's the 2 tokens, so I don't know, does your sword even have a name? Did you actually ask?
Rosalie.
No, I don't think you actually asked their name.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, so you're just trying to make her obey your... Maybe that's why she's so pissed at you. It's like, you haven't gotten to know her. You just say, you obey me. Alright, so add that to the list of things you need to do.
What's a trait?
A trait is anything that... It's also... The other name for it is like a feat. So those odd things that you add to yourself.
Oh.
Like protection style, aura protection, aura of courage, that stuff, you know. Those are considered traits.
Oh.
I don't know, what would you call it?
Feats.
Yeah, so I guess we'll call it feats then. I guess we'll make it universal. So let me rename that.
Class features. Sound like something about...
Yeah, we'll go with feats.
I'm just gonna keep upgrading my strength.
Yep.
To become a solar knight.
Okay.
Maybe there's a sunburn
in
in town.
Say what?
Maybe there's a sunburn in town.
I don't know. I don't. Well, you can't do that quest until you're actually level 20.
Okay.
So you can look for them, but I mean, like, it won't do you any good knowing it now.
Well, actually, could.
Yeah. So
Do I know where he is?
well, the second part of that is like, the stuff isn't just going to be lying around. But yeah, you can still look. And last but not least is our Thrycreen Danny. He's no longer with us because Danny is a person who, although he plays really well, he has an issue committing to it, especially since his life started to pick up again.
Did you say Marky?
Yeah, he works a lot. I mean,
no, not the Paladin.
No, not the Paladin. I'm talking. Do you even know who the Thrycreen was? Our Ranger.
Oh.
So. Yeah, you didn't even notice. See how much of an impact he did.
I said Marky.
Oh, Marky? No, we didn't lose Marky.
I literally said Marky, and you're like,
okay.
oh, he's leaving. I'm like, no.
No, Danny's the one who's leaving, who's the Ranger.
Mean.
He's still around. I mean, he's actually a more powerful ally as an NPC than he is. It's actually one of the most sophisticated NPCs we've created, because he's based off a player. So he's pretty powerful. Like, he's a pretty good ally. And if you're ever traveling to Hollow Peaks, anywhere in the forest, the cliffs, or the sandy regions, like if you're traveling in the desert, you want him with you, because he's very good at those navigations.
I'm a druid.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's an expert hunter, so, more's better. You can't do it on your own all the time. Alright, so that's all the updates. So now we get to the actual whatever the hell we're doing, which is turn order. Because we got to see who goes. Who am I going to be today? Who can I be reasonably that would go with you on these crazy adventures? I know, let's be Olga. Well, is she desensitized from the crap that happened last time? Yeah. So she's not something I can go with. I think I'm out of a character today. The Admiral's got business in town. Can't introduce the new assets because they're not ready to be revealed yet without the full party. So that ain't happening. Alright, so I guess I'm... Oh, Marky. Can I be Marky? Sure, okay, so I guess I'm Marky again.
Paladin.
I'm the Paladin again. Alright, so turn order. Let's make it happen.
Mish.
Wait, what about missing?
I said roll a mish.
Yeah. Bloop. What? What?
What?
What is this?
How
does that happen?
how does it become a critical?
Roll it again. Because if we get doubles, then we have to roll it. How does it become a crit twice? So
a crit failed twice.
Let's see. But we're gonna swap numbers. I'll go last. Because the game doesn't agree with that. Players first, GM goes last. Anyway, okay, so Niltaor, a huge battle just ended, and I don't know if you were at risk of death, but you seem to have gotten through it unscathed.
Yeah, basically.
So, I mean, you're in this pub, and everyone's very, very, like, some of them are wounded, like, definitely Dawn could look a little better. I mean, although she was healed, the scars are still there. She got blasted from the side. Heartflame's still got a hole in her chest from where she got shot, but she's getting the armor repaired, and she's that part's scarred over. Thorn's the usual Thorn. He's got massive bruising, but he's fine. He survived.
I didn't get hit in normal human form.
Yeah, you didn't get... Well, you did get hit, but you were in another form, so when you go back to your normal form, you're unscathed. You didn't actually take any damage.
I haven't been truly hit as human form.
Yeah, it's because you're not on the front line, you're in the back line. Everyone else is on the front line.
The druid. No one cares for him. He's just a shitty wood...
It's not that they don't care for you, it's they can't reach you. Remember, you have like a wall of people in front of you. Like, you got Marky in the way, you got Thorn in the way, and anybody else is on the front
If they do get close, it's rock elemental time.
Yeah, so...
Basically, the only one that hits me is my own sword.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, Niltaor's the greatest threat. Well, not during battle. Apparently they cooperates the most during battle, when they have something to do. When you just draw it willy-nilly, that's when it has no target to kill. Just the only thing that's nearby is you, and so it tries to attack you.
Have you tried calmly talking to it or tried?
Yeah, he has. He's like, but the sword is very intent on being free. It doesn't want to be in Niltaor's service.
Maybe in life it's like the first time I picked it up.
Yeah, it's like from the first moment you picked the sword up, it didn't want to be enslaved, or it wanted to be free. But you didn't allow that. And so here we are again. Now you're in this pub. Are you drinking any of the drinks they're offering? Because Say just threw like 5G on the table and said, "Here, I'll just buy all the drinks," and so she did.
Yeah, basically, I'm basically well, not gulping, basically pouring it down.
Wait, what are you doing?
Basically pouring the drink down, finishing in like 1 minute and getting a new one.
Oh, so you're just drinking as fast as possible. Just
basically.
Okay, so
I'm gonna
because since the drinks are free, it's like might as well just drink my fill.
I'm gonna go up to the barkeeper, or barkeep, and make sure no one's looking, and then I'm gonna hand him a gold coin in his hand and say, "You're gonna need this more than me."
Okay, so like he's incredulous about this. Like, no, I can't take this. I can't take this for free. No,
yes, you can.
It's
I walk away.
No, so and he tries to offer back the coin, but yeah, by that time you're gone, and it's like he doesn't know what to think at that point because he's used to you work for money, you get money. Money's not free; it's not just handed to you. But yet here you are handing him money and saying keep it, and then he tries to offer it back, but you're already gone. So it's like, what does somebody do in that situation?
I guess they take the money.
Yeah. They don't have a choice. I mean, they can't. They're not just gonna. He's not just gonna go over to you, especially if it's gold. So Niltaor is still downing. Niltaor, roll Constitution. So you're just downing drinks left and right, just because they're free and you can get a lot of them.
I want to do a drinking contest with him.
Okay, so Spicoli's trying to make you do. Let's see, what's the challenge rating? So you're starting to definitely feel it. Like after maybe the 7th drink, you're starting to become tipsy. And then you're starting to become smashed. So...
In my drunkenness, I pull out my loot and they start strolling around them.
Okay, so that's... Niltaor, you also have to roll Perception, because Spicoli's trying to say, hey, let's do a drinking contest. So, you do hear that. There's no way you couldn't, so what is your response to that? Are you... do Constitution again. Are you not drunk enough? It's like, are you sober enough to actually understand what he's saying? Of course, okay, so you understand he wants a drinking contest. So what is your response?
I blatantly ignore it and put on my flute.
So you just kind of wave him off.
Funny piece of shit.
Yeah. And then he's going to go play his lute. Roll Performance.
With disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, your performance is extremely high. I think that goes beyond challenge rating. Yeah, that's beyond what the challenge. Why is your performance so high?
What's it called?
Perception. Why is that like 15? Is something wrong with that? Hold up.
Okay, what's your charisma?
5, and I have a proficiency bonus of 5, and my proficiency bonus is double for like 4.
Oh, because you're a bard. Okay, so.
Because I'm a bard.
Yeah, so you have a massive performance. So although you're entitled, let's see, let's rate your performance. So they are not really, they're not really into, like, you remember, the arts have been slowly dying out. So although you play good music, they don't quite, it's not as, like, it's supposed to uplift, but they don't understand what that means, because music is slowly dying out. So you're playing upbeat music, and you're playing it well, but they don't understand what upbeat means. And plus, who do you have? Like, who you're playing for? You're playing for the people who've already, like, half the party already, or I think most of the party has already heard you play a song. So it's nothing new to them.
They've been playing for.
And then there's the patrons, which they don't understand what happy music is. Let's see, are they moved? They're not even moved by it. It's like it's adding ambiance, but it's like they don't understand what like these are trying times to them. They have been liberated, but they see the massive task in front of them. So okay, fine. So
Yes.
even though they hear this music.
I'm gonna attempt to drink as much as I can today.
Okay, well that's Constitution, so...
Upon the road the stranger strode through fog, not
So he has a pleasant song, but again, people are not moved.
or a wind swept on some gloomy downs of black and crooked trees.
What's the challenge rating?
Staving fright the stranger
Yeah,
sang
your
aloud
Constitution's pretty high.
despite the dark.
It's 16, mate.
As wordless will-o-wisps and glinted wild upon his heart.
Up too low.
But though he
There we
could
go.
not see ahead,
Just getting it just right. Alright, so you drink quite a bit. I mean, for a druid, you apparently can knock back the drinks like it's nothing.
It's hops.
Yeah.
It's
It's like, oh, this is hops. I've been drinking this since I don't remember.
How long have I been drinking? Yes, I can't remember. I've been...
So, how long does this all go on?
6 minutes.
No, not the song. I'm talking like this is like a 2-hour thing. It's just you guys relaxing for a bit and not having to worry about anything. Nobody's trying to kill you. Playing song, drinking.
Should I roll again? Con.
But over time, you see people like they start to file away, like because there's a crowd outside, and it's like, all right, so I had my fill of drink. I need to vacate the spot for the next group. It's almost like it's not even relaxing. It's more efficiency.
Get in, get a drink, and get
Yeah,
out.
get in, get a drink, get out. And it's like, man, that seems very depressing. It's like, what did Glowspire do to these people to make them like this?
Okay. I'm
I'll
gonna...
cast the light on my loot to make it glow. Use the light on my loot to make it glow.
Now it's just, they are amused by that, though. That's something like that. You see a couple heads turn and a couple like eyebrows. So, but at the same time, it's more. There's also caution in there because you know, magic can be dangerous at times. They've never seen bards before.
What time is it outside?
Yeah, so, good question. Okay, so it's approaching the morning. Like that whole battle went on for night. Now dawn's starting to come.
I'm gonna go outside.
So that's like an epic scene, you know. He's playing songs and the sun is rising. So, along with his lute is glowing with magic.
I close my eyes, take it in,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go to the middle of town and then shout.
That's not the
Anyone?
middle of town. It's more down. I'll mark it. Middle of town is more in this district, yeah. That's the middle of town. Because up north is the port. So that's like relatively where the middle is.
Hold on, I need to turn on the music.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. So what kind of land do we have here? Just a lot of sandy stuff?
So, wait, what?
So what's the land around?
The ground.
The land around here is... It's a forest, but then it leads into like a very dry, sandy area. Because that's where the port's been situated. It's on a place where it's harder than the rest, like it's packed earth.
Okay, so if I go to the right of town, there's a lot of forest, right?
Yes, and also to the south. Remember, you arrived in a forest, and then they put some cannon shots into that forest.
Okay. I'm gonna shout to town, anyone who has energy or is willing to help produce food, come with me and help me start a farm.
So, let's see, out of the population, let's see.
Everyone.
Yeah, no, hold up, let's Let's see. So a good third, 2/3 of the population, because these people are desperate. They're starting to emaciate. They're starting to lose a lot of their flesh on their body. So any hope of producing more food is up. So a good amount of the people are going to come with you. We're talking like 350 people. That's a lot of people following you right now.
Okay.
So mass crowd. All eyes are on you, and they're all starting to trundle. Let's see. You do lose some along the way. Like a lot of them start to fade off because they can barely walk. So
That's fair.
A good 70%. So this is 350. So you started with 350. They were desperate. Just it's like this person's promising salvation, some way to. And then after that, what's left is that's about 100 people is what's left. The ones who have the most strength to actually not fall over.
So I'm gonna ask them to help create a clearing.
Okay, so
And I'm gonna take part in this too.
it's gonna be tough going for them. They can do it. It's just you might lose more people in doing so.
That's okay.
A long rest? No, you have not had a long rest yet. You've spent most of the night drinking, so you're gonna have to long rest in the morning. Like.
Okay. I still can't remember what spells I used.
Yeah, so well, you don't have to. If you do a long rest, you can just undo that anyway. So. Okay, so 100 people are going to. You'll lose a good 20 of them. So, because after a while they have to take some of them away because you're asking people. They're trying to work for their own, and they're doing their best. But these people have been starved and dehydrated.
That's all I can ask.
So they're doing their part, and so they clear out a general. How big of an area are you talking?
For this big a town, what would you say?
For this big a town, I don't think 80 people would be able to clear that much. So let's see. Because a mile is asking a lot. I mean, really, that's asking quite a bit.
I didn't say a mile.
Yeah, so they can do maybe a fourth of a mile worth of farmland. But after that, it's let's see. After that, they are all done. They can't do anything. Like, they cleared the field out, but they can't do anything else. That's it. Just,
okay.
They'd kill themselves if they tried to do more.
Now I'm gonna plant all the seeds that I have.
Okay, so question. It's so they're definitely relying on you. It's like I hope he delivers. We nearly worked ourselves to death. So you're gonna plan on. Do you even have any more seeds? How many seeds do you have?
I carry a whole bag.
Okay.
Full of herbs and seeds.
Oh yeah, you have the what the hell was it called?
Herbalism druidry.
Not that. It's like you're supposed to have a pouch for that. That's probably in your herbalism kit. I mean, it's a bag, so it's a massive bag of herbalism.
It's a really big bag.
crap.
I require a really big bag for carrying this stuff.
Is it like a satchel or is it like a backpack? What is it?
It's a satchel full of seeds to the brim.
Okay, so let me update that because kit is very misleading. So you now have the herbalism satchel, which allows you to carry seeds as well. So
I'm gonna up the weight to 10 because that's how many seeds I have.
okay, so your weight,
10
yeah,
pounds.
sure, do so.
10
But
pounds
then
worth
you
of
use
seeds.
most of the seeds. So how much weight would you have after that?
Probably 3.